anything that streams on my YouTube gets immediate background really good. Notified of who's streaming. Like, for example, if I'm streaming or one of my friends are streaming, it'll also show. I, so if I have a Twitch friend, I can add them to it. Do you see the live stream? Yeah, I accidentally did that, by the way. I was gonna give like a background like how pressure is, but failed. What's the photo you sent me? Oh, well, I just now noticed what you sent me. Oh, look, it's just a random. So we got both. So we got both the interloper and the observer, and then we got the Doge. Hey, I'm pretty sure I have Sally on here. I have Sally on here. Um, if you search up avatar, if you look for avatar, no, outfit loader in the left, see the left where it says avatar loader, and I'm talking about your alt, not your main. Search up my username. Oh, wait, you are you on outfit loader? Very, it's not. Yeah, that one. By the way, that's 2018. That's the reason why it sounds so corny. I was looking for changing it, but I have to pay $10 for it. And why pay $10 for a username when I can buy just avatar stuff? Yeah, let's see what Sally looks like. That's not Sal. What the heck? No, Sally looks completely different on your end. Okay, Sally, the Sally right here does not look like what you're seeing, what I'm seeing. What the f again? Yeah, the color's gray. What the heck? What? Oh, it's gray on my end. It's gray on my end. My fault. It's gray on my end because I turned the contrast down. That it's this one. No, this one. This is the one that I was talking about. What? You're wearing a completely different one. No, I asked for outfit loader. Where did you go? Uh, I was like, you're wearing like the oldest version. Where did you find that? It's like the oldest version of Sally, by the way. By the way, don't mind me while I just break it down. Dude, do you think the Enforcer and Sally would get along? Get out of my room. He's gonna be the one that says, "Get out of my room, I'm playing Minecraft." Who do you think would win in a fight? Do you think the Enforcer would win, or do you think Painter would win? I was thinking, since what if since paint painters and mobile, what if we change the Enforcer up a little bit? I was thinking of having a body, but that would just be crazy. I don't know. I wanted to make it like different from Painter in a way. It because the Enforcer is just a look of replacing him in a way. What if he was in like one of those like random like rooms that guardsmen you were in, and then we just got the Enforcer on one of the screens? I don't even think you. I don't know about that. Um, it. I wanted to get. I get what you're trying to do, but I don't know if that's gonna work for based on the actual lore. They don't say anything about that, which I would love if they did, but I mean, like, they never said anything, sadly. If they gave like a hint, I would definitely add it. I'm going off of what I've read on the pressure lore. I'm just going random stuff. I wanted to do the Enforcer sounds cool because it's not like how Painter is at all. He's like a replacement without being a replacement because the Painter's gone in the story. Same as Sebastian, of course. Ooh, I would love. It'd be funny, guys. Let's have the interloper and the observer kiss. The art goes crazy. What would the art be? But it's just them two. Should we make them sisters? Should we make them couples? Or should we just act like they don't know each other at all? And they were just now, you've seen the peer pressure logo, right? I can't remember why I did it, but there's like many eyes in the cracks of the logo. I don't think that's exact. I don't even think that's like pandemonium size at all. Um, I wanted to give a thing to pandemonium, but failed miserably. But I was already done with it by the time that happened, so I just called it a day and then went like, oh, you know what? This is gonna be it. I don't really give a crap. And I'm not gonna lie, I might have failed on Pandemonium's eyes, but I think it gives a whole new role just to show that it's not even Pandemonium. But it's still giving like many eyes vibes that like would like gives you shivers or some shit. I mean, not shivers, but you know, it's what I mean by that, right? It's supposed to give a vibe of uneasiness, but it still looks cool. It ain't gonna scare you, of course. Oh, a title, just like a job application. It more looks like souls. The eyes look like it was just many souls just staring at you. What if there was, what if there was like, you know, there's loads of people that have died, and some people say, oh, let's just revive them with the revive token, of course, like pay the ferryman. But what if there was some people that didn't, like, um, ever pay the fair, like, they didn't get paid the ferryman, and they're just dead in the backside as, like, ghosts or whatever. What if there was like a grave? What if there were, you know how the graveyard is? What if there was like a grave site or like something that shows that they're still dead? Mm, I don't know if Roblox would love it if dead bodies were actually strips shown, though. Well, that's meat, not blood and gore. The only blood and gore you actually do get 100% in the game is your heart getting pulled out of from Sebastian. Oh, let me do something real quick. If you go with Mr. Lopi, if you go with Mr. Lopi, I'll beat your ass. It's gray on mine. It's gray on mine. It hasn't loaded in. Oh my, wait, come closer, please. Come closer. I want to see that. Well, that isn't really lore accurate. I get it because the face isn't exactly, but that is the best fanon one I've ever seen. Guys, what is the? Is this supposed to be girl Lopi? It's so sad that Miss Lopi is flat. Miss Lopi's flat. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's theorized that Mr. Lopi is actually the main antagonist. People would think it's Mr. Shade, but he's done nothing wrong compared to Mr. Lopi. Look how much he's done. Yeah, but is he corrupt himself? He's just an old man. Would you want to kill an old man? Get your wheelchair over here. I'm beating your ass. Get get your wheelchair over here. What are you now? Uh, I really want to make a UGC for like the arm, like a watch, but it's like actually Salvi AI because you know Salvi AI can't be an actual character with a body. I'm pretty sure it was slash clear. Clones? Where do you see clones? What what clones is the question? Oh, so basically, you could basically make a role play without any actual straight up people. Oh, why did you use that? No, it's only you. I'm gonna need to change something while you're doing that. Yeah, probably. slash announce. Do I hear you walking? Ba ba da 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 do 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 do. Huh. You try thinking about it. I'm doing something real quick from my bed. Alright, what are you doing? Oh, you know what'd be cool? Having the like similar look to the red face, as can you try to find a sideways one? I'm gonna search a frown face. I can't find actually, you know what? I might as well just do this. Wait a minute. Th- mm. Do 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 beep beam boom beam boom 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 boom. Oh, actually, this is the closest you're gonna get. See, it's on the avatar. Look at the faces. Look at my avatar. Imagine you keep your other account idle for too long. Yeah, try to make it the same as the back. Like if it's a see-through one and it's using a box as oh, you have a static one. My fault. Can you find one with a black background? It's perfect. Technically, this would be a fandom type concept because it wouldn't be exactly the same as what the actual concept would be. Because technically, he would be just okay. You know, painters like on a big like box TV, not box TV, box computer. I was thinking, what's his name again? Enforcer. Um, I wanted to think the Enforcer would be on a laptop or either T, any like remotely like digital, like he can mess with. I still think he would be good on a laptop though. Um, he's literally just a frowny face. You could put him in the laptop. I was gonna keep the same. I want to make his frowny face red, and him being in a laptop, he would have like a robotic voice. Painter is like an AI um voice, while Enforcer has like yeah like that, and he how you would find him is if you're paying attention and you see his face on like laptops or anything technology wise around the place. Actually, I ooh a badge. Find the enforcer as a badge, where if you complete his little side tasks of finding him, he'll give you a full on code, and you can open the door and you'll find his original body, which is like crushed under a laptop. I mean, well, I I want to make him like in the story, but like nothing that like changes the story compared to Painter. He changes the story due to him like um messing with stuff. I mean, he'll say hi and talk and obviously have a grudge of Urban Shade. He will say a whole flipping essay of what he doesn't like about Urban Shade and whatever, like telling his backstory, but he's mainly trying to show you where he is so you can actually talk to him. Because I would feel like like laptops around the um laptops around the Urban Shade. He would try showing codes around there, but he won't be able to like fully communicate unless you're actually with him. Like a former computer he's at inside. And the former computer is like crushed, but not destroying the malware, destroying the computer itself. It'll be like covered in rubble, but I mean like it won't like damage it too bad. Yeah, and he still has like full control. he still has full control, but I mean like he's really glitchy and whatever. The Enforcer, the Interloper, and the Observer are like, and Purple Imaginary Friend and Solvi are all like sides of the Urban Shade that hasn't been seen. Like every expendable sees the same thing over and over again, but they've never seen this side ever, surprisingly. Because mainly the Observer tries to hide it from them. Because that the Observer is the only one hiding everything from them, making sure they can't find out about the future or anything with it. Of course, once Sally comes into play, the Observer puts everything in its place. Now, he actually did this, I think, after no guardsman went to, no guardsman or anything came to the Urban Shade, Hadal Black site. They stopped going, and that's when the Observer put everything, like starting to put everything in place. The Observer is basically trying, what? I mean, the Observer is trying to make a change on Sally so she will tell an Urban Shade of how bad they are. And of course that would manipulate Sally to go for initiative, is it initiating in a nation Inc. I think whatever because if you go around the place you're supposed to look for secrets. If you just go through it like rush it, you're screwed. You need to actually pay attention to your surroundings. Uh, and if you're lucky enough, you'll find, of course, you find the enforcer. You'll find snippets of some clues of what's happened. You'll also find stuff about Initiative Inc. and lore about it, and you'll find a way to get out of the place safe and sound instead of being in Urban Shade's hands or having anything in Urban Shade's hands. What if the expendable wasn't pardoned? What if instead they just gotten less of a time there? Like, oh, do this and we'll get rid of 20 years. And of course, Sally wouldn't like that because she would still have to be there. Like, of course, because all she's doing is gaining documents compared to the crystal. That's like their biggest value. And that would be the reason why they pardoned the expendable in the first place. If they wanted to pardon it again, they would have to find something really valuable they need. I don't know anything that they would they tell you to like document what's happened? Um like what's happening, and that's the reason why why you're told to like pay attention instead of rushing it. Because it would, of course, you're not gonna have like a new piece of note paper or like a camera on you, but you tell them like head on what happened there. and plus also documents as well, if I would have to guess. It's not just documents, but it's like um what's happening there and to document like scientists to if they need, they'll try to enclose the entity if it's a big deal and they need it, you know. Sally's basically like a cover up to see if what is needed and what's not, compared to the other ones that are like useless to them. Like they're not useless, but they're useless to them or whatever. Like the enforcer's good, but um the enforcer is like a good character and they could definitely use that. But I mean, they don't know about the enforcer at all anymore. Mr. Lopi, like Mr. Lopi also tries to keep um stuff out of the original story. That's the main reason why they don't say anything about it. Like tell Sebastian anything. Actually, I would feel like he would know, but I mean, like he wouldn't like tell Sebastian at all about it. Like he has to get his documents for himself, basically. But the Observer is also trying to keep it a secret. Both of them are trying to keep it a secret. But Lopi is worse. Lopi's bad. Lopi sucks. He's stinky. Yeah, compared to the painter's like a little child. Painter's like a little child, while the enforcer is literally just an old guy. Yeah. Well, I mean, he wouldn't sound like old, but I mean, back in my day, Sonny, your dad was a great champion at the league, whatever the league is. Technically, the observer, other than Lopi in the picture, the observer has to be the strongest without actually doing any damage. I mean, he can do whatever he wants, but he chooses not to. He just waits, as he should be. So that's the reason why they wouldn't like cause. That's why they wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't cause an issue to Urban Shade one bit. And due to that, the observer basically manipulates them to act like that the observer is like not that harmless. So they basically give a smaller like containment compared to the stuff like pandemonium and all that are like really strong and they are forced to show that they're strong. And of course Urban Shade would um document that and make it harder for them to get out. Well, the observer is basically acting dumb, but is not at all. The observer acts really like weak compared to what he actually is. Because the observer is a human. Compared to Sebastian tries to cooperate. Sebastian tries to cooperate, but gets pissed off in the crossfire, and you know that he used to be called the handyman until he was changed to the saboteur due to his the way he gets mad. And plus he also sabotaged most of Urban Shade, so it kind of makes sense. He used to be the handyman of the place. Yeah, his old nickname of the code name he was given. Well, actually, code name, not code number, but code name was Handyman before it was changed to Saboteur shortly after, with the whole black site incident. The Observer was um the Observer got its nickname due to it observing the guardsmen and scientists a lot, like way too much. Compared to everything else, they're always looking around. The observer just stares at them, observing them. You know, the interloper got there. What? The interloper got its nickname. The interloper got its nickname due to it interloped someone's death in the past. Um, um, they thought they were gonna like use like pay a Fairman token, but before they could do that, um, a guardsman's eyes turned completely black, and they survived. And then their eyes, of course, turned back to normal. But I mean, like it gives a hint of something else revived it. And little did they know it was the interloper the whole time. It was in the interloper did leave the observer a few times because why the heck is it gonna stay in the body, buddy? They want to have some time too. I think the interloper would be a little younger, compared to the observer. The observer is a little cold, like cold, cold and heartless, but still having heart. While the would you think the interloper is energetic and more expressive? Yeah, the observer never talks, but if they do want to talk, they'll talk in they'll mess with the HQ um voice in the intercoms and start playing stuff, if not beeping or messing with things to give a a show up that he's talking. While the interloper can talk, but only in your mind. The interloper basically talks in your mind, basically still being oblivious of talking, but still can talk in a way. So basically, if they're talking your mind, they're talking to you and you only. Nobody else can hear it. So, for example, oh, the enforcer is trying to listen to Sally of what's happening, or Sally AI, for example. If the interloper talks to Sally and nobody else hears it, and Sally's like, "Do you hear this voice?" They're like, "No, not at all." Um, the interloper is pretty nice to Sally. Um, out of anybody she's ever met, mainly because the observer. Okay, technically, the observer and the interloper would get along time to time, but they also would argue. They're basically siblings in a way now, if you think about it. Like they still trust each other, but they also argue a lot. So of course the observer would tell some information to the interloper. I I guess the interloper would leave the body but never go back in and just act like a whole new form in a way, but still like having similarities to the observer. But technically the observer is the interloper's original body. The hence the code number Z-1225-O and I. Ooh. Yeah. Do you think the enforcer and then the observer would get along by their looks? Would you think the observer the interloper would get along with the enforcer or enforcer? In for in for a forcer. Wait, I just got it. The reason why the Observer would do this is because they want to make it like lost media. You know how like shows have lost media or lost shows? Basically, the Observer is trying to keep that hidden until the needed be, like a lost media. Like nobody knows about it until this part. Like, pressure, there's nothing about them at all. But in pure pressure, they're there somehow. Like the reason why they're there, but I mean, like the observer wants to make it lost media to everyone else. You know, you cut out. You said, "Yeah, you there?" Would Oh, now I just now remembered. I need to think of a code number. Yeah. Wait, I got in a good um a code number for him. Z-404, of course. No, Z-404. Oh my, uh did you did you do that on purpose? Look at the total cost of the outfit. Dude, what? Yeah, I'm not buying this anytime soon. It's just catalog fun. That I can't believe you did that. The world correctly. Uh oh, there. Wait, what? Is that correct? He cost 1,134 Robux. Ugh. Dude, I have to wait for it to load every single time, bro, when I take it off. Bro, you can take off its mood. 384. Oh, it's like I'm pretty sure that's like 7 or 6 Robux off. Am I correct? I can't tell what 5. Beep. What the heck? You glided. How many likes do I have? 6? Bro, you must be on this thing all the time. If you use it mostly in private, how the heck do you have lots? Yeah. It may just become my favorite little girly pop. Do you think the end? N for a Forcer, X Sally would do ya. Dude, look at them side by side. They look perfect. Let's see what my me looks like right next to hello. Are you looking for a wide eyebrow? No, I don't think that's possible. This is expendable right next. Wait, equip the observer if you have it. If you can't do it, then tell me. Wait, why are you pulling up my? No, you can just if you pull up my name at all, you're gonna find old stuff. I don't save stuff there anymore right now, at the moment. There, I'm wearing the observer. This this is the expendable next to him. Oh, one's taller. Now, wait, okay. Yours, that one is like the lore accurate, while the canon Roblox one I'm gonna wear real quick. Um, wait a minute. Dude, you're barely making footsteps, and I can hear like 20 million footsteps. Okay, this is the actual observer's account, while the other one's the. The account of Doc 53 is pressure underscore Doc 53. I can spell it in chat so you can find it. I just now noticed the enforcer I keep saying the. I forgot we made it where enforcer doesn't have the in front of it. I'm more enforcer. Enforcer. Yeah, that tall ass boy. Let me just do the let me do the lore accurate one. Well, of course, The size isn't more accurate, but the looks is. The reason why the account doesn't have the wing or like the cape is due to you can only have one of those things. I think it was the either I picked the neck fur or the back, and I picked neck fur. Because look at the neck fur. You can't get rid of the neck fur. Look at him, bro. Get rid of the neck fur. It looks bad. Wait, I might do it. Ew, look at that. I like the neck fur a lot. Oh, here's me. You can just outfit load the observer again to get in the neck fur back. The canonical account observer with the canonical account of me. I'm gonna steal your food. Yeah, I'm gonna steal all your food and nothing left. Yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready? Eh, what else is peak? Uh,